Hello there everyone, Carol from the Crafty Emporium. I have here in front of me a journal that I created for a swap that was on my Facebook group, Autumn Journal Swap. I was a little bit late in getting mine ready through one reason or another, mainly to do with the decorating going on in my flat, which has been a bit of a nightmare, a bit of an ongoing saga. But anyway, so this is my swap journal for a lady in America, and this is the front cover. So as you can see here, I put a little metal shovel on there and a little robin is sat on top of it. I've put some glossy accents on some of the elements that are on the front here, and I die cut these leaf shapes out and then drew some lines on them. Added some acorns, put some glossy accents on those as well. Did a little book plate at the top of the page, and then on the spine I added some of this green trim and some patterned paper, which is autumn leaves. And then this is the back, and you can see the back a lot better than you can the front. This was a piece of cotton fabric that I hand dyed myself in oranges and purple tones, so I thought it was perfect for autumn. Got a bit of fluff, there we go. Got several bits of fluff, hang on, let's remove them. Okay, so to the inside I did some seam binding, which I dyed myself as well, and it's actually ended up quite chunky. Look, I said maximum of 10 pages, 10 sheets of paper, which is what I did, but it's actually looking quite chunky. Anyway, okay, inside, on the inside cover I've done a pocket here, and then I've done a notebook. And I've used up some bits and pieces from my leftover digital kits, which I thought sort of were relevant to autumn as well. So this one was one of the calico collage ones, and then there's some bits of tracing paper, pages, tracing paper all the way through it. So there's plenty of places to scribble on there. My recipient as well said that she was a writer in her journal as well, so I have tried to make it so that there's plenty of places for her to write. This is the first page within the book, and I did a pocket, lots of layering, wooden butterfly, and then in the pocket here there's a little booklet with a little slidable belly band on it, and it's got some green graph paper on the inside. That just slides on there to hold that together, and then slots in there. Put some glossy accents on the toadstool. This is some silk fabric that I've stitched onto the edge. Here I've got one of the Tim Holtz waxed pockets that I've scrunched up, so it's now got this veining effect on it. And then this is an embossed card, which I then went and inked up. This is a tag that I made. Let me just put them down. This is a tag that I made, and I'd already inked up all the background, put some napkin on, a sunflower which I punched out here with a ball pin and a button and some of the twine, and then use some of the Tim Holtz words here, and then it flips up to reveal a notebook with several pages on. And this was from one of my own digital kits, from my eco dyeing kit that I created. And then inside of there put some journaling cards in there. And I used a sparkly gem, sticky back gem on there. I also throughout the journal did some of my own dyed pages as well. and printed pages. So this is a printed leaf, and I don't know whether you'll be able to see the sparkle and the shimmer on there because the light's just beginning to go a little. Put a little leaf on. Here there's some more leaf printing. There's an index card there. And then I did a paperclip banner. These circles I created with some special Pebeo, I think that's how you say it, Pebeo inks that all separate, very clever. Put a little paperclip on the back, and then this pulls out so that you've got the other sides of the paper for writing on, and then the paper clip just holds all that together. If I can get it back on. There we go. On this side of the page I put some writing paper, which is just held down by the term autumn down here, and that just flips up and out. And this is some printing that I did off wallpaper, again using the metallic sprays. Used a piece of tracing paper here, have a little trowel on the end as a charm on that one, and then put two lots of lace on the edge of the tracing paper there. This isn't actually related to autumn, I do realise that, but it's a postcard from York, from one of the churches in York. In fact, have I left it? It's from Holy Trinity Church in Gudrum Gate, which is where I live, York. So I thought that was quite pretty, and it went with the script of this paper down here that I've attached it to. But it's also, I've attached it in such a way that it's a pocket, and inside the pocket there's a little tag with a little wasp bee on it. This was from a book that I'd got, and I just thought that the colours were very autumnal. Here's some handmade paper with flowers within it. Attached a mushroom here, and then a little journaling tag is just tucked behind there. On this page I added a few little pocket bits, and within the pocket bits there's some tags. So this one's embossed, and this is one from the kit with a lace top on it and a button, and then I put some journaling papers on the back to make a little booklet tag. And then here I've attached this little saying, and behind there is a little circular tag attached with a button, so that just tucks underneath the words there, and then they go back inside the pocket. So this little pocket was from a book that I've got. On this one I attached this to the page so that it then forms a pocket, but I cut out these images as squares, and then added glossy accents to all of them as a little decorative element, and then added some buttons. We've got this pretty sheer ribbon with some metallic stitching on, and then inside this pocket I attached these cards together with a brad. So they're the days of the week, so that you can write little notes on for each day of the week, and then there's some graph printed on the back. And here on this page, this background again was wallpaper printing, and then on the edge of the page I paper clipped a little envelope to it, which was part of my eco dyeing kit again. So that's just clipped over the page and held on with a paper clip, and I use these sort of bright orangey paper clips throughout as well because they were autumnal colours. This is a page from out of a book that I've got. I read October there, and this is the centre of my signature, and this was all about October. And then these are some more circles that I've created using some of my special inks. On this side I've attached this tag that I made, and then on the back there's a belly band and there's another tag inside of the belly band. So there's a double spot for writing on, and then this is some leftover fabric from something that you'll see later on in the journal. This is the other side of the paper that I then attached to the page to make it into a pocket, and this was some inking that I did on acetate, using some of my special inks there, and then inside of there there's another journaling sheet for writing on. This little pocket here was some flour pounding that I did. I'll just see if I can show you it close up. So I just placed some leaves on the paper and then bashed them with the hammer. Great to do if you're feeling really annoyed at something. Really takes out your frustration. This is another Tim Holtz waxed envelope, and I just attached this image on the front and then put some journaling cards on the inside there. And this was a big tag that I made. I do like big tags. It's just something really nice and wholesome about a big tag. And again I painted all the background with some of my sprays and inks, and then I'd got a napkin that had got these toadstools on, mushrooms on, and so I attached that onto there as well, and then attached this paper, which is another one from my eco dyeing kit. On this side I cut out this acorn shape and added that as a tuck spot, and then there's a journaling card just tucks under there. The other side of the book page, and there is another postcard there of Holy Trinity Church again, but again just thought it was really quite a stunning image, and attached it in such a way that it makes a pocket, and in the pocket I just added these I am thankful for mason jars. Back side of the tracing paper, and added a toadstool charm. Excuse me. On this page I added this rather large card, added some dyed lace at the bottom, and then that flips up, and this is from the tab punch. So rather than using them as tabs on the side of the pages, I've used them as a hinge and then attached some brass brads to make it look as though they're holding that in place. On this one I did a double belly band. If I remove all the bits you'll see what I mean. So I did one sheet, one piece there as a belly band, and then attached this decorative piece on top. Added the buttons at each end, but didn't stick that to the back piece, so that it also now acts as a belly band as well. So I added another one of my envelopes from my digital kit, and it's got the little helicopters on there from the sycamore tree. So I slotted the flap of the envelope underneath the top one, so that just hangs over the top, and then there's just some plain coffee dyed paper. I didn't attach that one like that, I attached that one under there, and then attach that one under there, and then a little booklet again from the Calico Collage kit, and this was another journaling card from my digital kit. There's a little banner tuck there, so if you want to tuck something underneath there, then you can do. Did some more of the inking of some leaves, little tuck spot there. Here, this is another paper that I've created that's all metallic and sparkly, put some leaves on there so that you've got the shadowing. This is a little swing part here, and this page also swings out as well so that you can write on the back and the front, and then it reveals this apple and another tag for journaling on, and then attach some more silk fabric on the edge of the paper there. And this is the end of the first signature, and here I attached a strip across the bottom to act as a little tuck spot, and in there is the envelope, and I've added these pumpkins on the front and harvest time music. Turn it over and there is a pine cone which I've added a brad to so that it swings to hold the flap of the envelope in place, and then left that so that the stuff can be added inside of the envelope. Then in the centre between the two signatures I've added this paper bag so that that sort of swings there as well. So that's the front of the paper bag, that's how I purchased them. And then inside of the bag I added, this was first cover that I purchased of the autumn stamps that we had here in the UK, and I attached it to a gold envelope. And then I made this tag again with the background paper that I created using my Tim Holtz sprays, and then I'd got some of the wildlife from over the road and attached it to the card, put some glossy accents on it, and then used the words "life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful." So that was the tag that I created there. I'll put those away later. And then on the back of the bag I made a pocket and then added some journaling cards inside, all relating to autumn. And then the start of the next signature. So I did a double tag here, so you'll see it on the other side of the signature itself. Put this little verse here that says, "No spring nor summer beauty hath such grace as I have seen in one autumnal face." And then this background was one that I created again with my sprays and inks. This is very bright and cheerful, this page. Created a belly band, and then behind there's some tags that I added the leaves to, so they act as the pulleys to be able to pull the tags out. Some more tracing paper with autumnal leaves, pine cones and acorns on, and some more of that silk trim with the metallic stitching on it. This one I did a tag in the corner to act as the tuck spot, and attach this orange on the dried orange slice on the top of the page there, and then inside there's a journaling card, a little paper pretend envelope, and then this is a mulberry paper envelope, and I stamped this image onto some calico fabric and then attached that to the front of the envelope, and then inside of there's a journaling card. Now with my orange here, what I actually did was I punched a circle out of the actual page so that when you turn over the page you can actually see the back side of the orange, and in fact if you hold it up to the light, it won't show now, but the light actually shines through it, so it looks a little bit stained glassy. Here I added some vintage lace that I'd got, and then added all of these journaling cards inside. So there's a journaling card, a booklet that has got tracing paper front, a little seed packet, and then this circle tag with the butterfly on, which I've put glossy accents on it, and then on the back of that there's a little pocket for a little journaling spot. And I added the paper clip on the side because I found that with it being the lace pocket, stuff was sliding about in there a little bit, so the paper clip just helps to hold that in place. Here I did some more printing with my sprays and some vegetation from over the road, and another piece of the fabric, the leftover bits, so I added those as tabs on the edge of the page. This little pocket, a little bit of a tale to tell. I actually found a Laura Ashley gift card in the street, and this was the pouch that it was in. I never tried to spend the card, but I did use the pocket because it's actually got acorns and oak leaves on it, so very autumn related. And then inside of there's this piece of photographic paper that I did some inking on when I was having a play with my inks, and this piece of handmade paper, and I've attached a piece of graph paper to the back of it so that it's also now a pouch as well. And I attached the actual pocket thing so that it now makes 2 pockets. So you've got, I'll put that in later, so you've actually got the inside of the pouch and the back. This was a paper bag that I'd got that I cut up and added an image on the front, did some glossy accents on there again, and made that into a belly band type thing, and then did a pocket on the back of that where there's another journaling card with some fabric attached, hand-dyed fabric attached to the top. This piece of paper's just got some lace on the end and some little acorn charms there. This is another piece of, like I did with this one, with the photographic paper, played about with my inks. Added this, did some layering here and put "Live Your Dream with Passion" little banner there, and then inside of there added another little wax envelope from Tim Holtz. This is a little half swing page which I then attached to the back page, and in there is a long note card, and these have all got glossy accents on to indicate each individual line, and then I attached a paper clip and a little charm on the bottom there. And then I ripped out this squirrel from some napkins, added some silver lines in the background and attached that to that, but as I say, I've attached that as a separate thing so that now also becomes a pocket. And then behind there I've used some old photographic slides, attached some dried flowers and grasses, and then added glossy accents on the top to hold those in place. On this page I did 2 pockets. This was from the Calico Collage kit. Did some layering here, and then inside each of the pockets I made some tags and some papers, and then the same in this one as well. And I also did some there's a lady with her dog who I know just walking past, and the dog keeps looking in the window jumping up the wall. So I did some embossing on that one, and then this is the centre of the signature using the country diary page of the squirrel. Made some of these little circle tabs here. This was again another printed one from wallpaper, and then I just attached this piece of paper over the top, added this little bit of film from another slide so that you can hold it up to the light and see the image. Attach this again, another journaling card behind there, and another long green card. I won't pull it all the way out, so that's a list card. Some more of the scraps of fabric here. This is another bashed flower that I did on the corner of this paper, and that tucks under there. The other side of the paper bag again, with a journaling card in on the top of some index card which had coffee dyed. Another little belly band type postcard there, And this is another one of the envelopes from my kit. Some more leaf printing on this side, and it's all metallic and shimmery. As I say, I don't know whether you'll see the shimmer in this light. This was the fabric that I used from an Indian sari. Very, very beautiful, beautifully embroidered. So that acts as a pocket there. And then this is the other side of the fabric, and then in there there's an envelope. It's a British stamp, so that you can and I've lined it and added a postcard in there. And then the clip there is to just hold it in place, because as I say, I do find that with lace and fabric pockets, they're not very good at holding stuff in. Tracing paper. And then on the back here, if I pull all these bits out, you'll be able to see this better. This was another piece of acetate that I inked up and blew it with my straw so that it splayed out. Nina Ribena, I think, showed that. And then there's a paper envelope again, pretend one. And then this envelope with a picture on the front and Autumn Fires verse in there. And that's what's tucked in that pocket. And then this is another page that I inked, sprayed and coffee dyed. And then a little tab there. This I still need to stick on. There's a couple of little bits and pieces I still need to do. So that's going to stick on there, and then I need to put some things inside this pocket. But otherwise that's my autumn journal swap for my partner over in America. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.